Beer, 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 beer. Hello everybody, welcome back to me, Brewski, for beer review number 92. And today I have a beer review from Goose Island Brewing Company down in Chicago, USA. It is their Rambler IPA, coming in at a not huge but fairly good 6.7% alcohol. And I think it's an unknown IBU if I'm not mistaken, which is kind of a bummer because I like to see how many IBUs are in the beer. But sometimes companies don't do that. Up to them. That's okay. So yeah, let's crack this open. I'll show you the can. Nice sort of orangey reddish color with a couple hops down at the bottom, and you know their big honkin' goose as their logo, which is really nice as well. All right, this is a limited edition. I got this in the 6-pack. It comes with 2 of the Ramblers, 2 of the regular IPAs, and I think also their pale ales as well. So 2 of each kind in a 6-pack. So very nice. Got that for Christmas. Thank you to Mom and Dad who got that for me for Christmas. There we go. Words and stuff and things. Okay, I cracked it. It is coming out of the top a little bit, which is fine. I'm going to be pouring it into my Great Lakes Brewery pop can style glass. Alright, and let's give it a nice pour. It is looking darker than I would have thought, but that's still fine. Get a nice head on there. Pour about half in there so I can enjoy some after the video. Now, looking at this beer, it is like an amber color. It's a Rambler Amber. I'm trying to make a rhyme. I don't know if it worked. Oh well. But look at that huge head. That's just a massive, frothy, foamy head. Very nice looking. Other than that, super clear. Super clear. Can see a lot of carbonation coming up through it. But yeah, you can see right through that beer, which is quite interesting. So, set it down, give my foot an itch, and we're going to give it a smell. I'm getting a lot of hops. I'm also getting a lot of maltiness and caramel from this beer. Definitely not super hop forward and grapefruity and piney like other IPAs. They're calling this the Rambler IPA, and it is more of an amber color, so it does have some more sweet malt aromas, and definitely a big caramel body, or at least aroma to it as well, which is actually, it's quite nice. I'm really excited to have a sip of this, and that's what I'm going to do right about now. So, off the bat, you get hops, but they're not really there, if that makes any sense. There's a little bit of bready yeastiness sort of at the end, a little bit of caramel flavor, nothing too much. It's sort of all over the place on the spectrum, in my opinion, just off that first sip. But yeah, definitely sweet caramel. Weird hop flavor, or lack of hop flavor, in my opinion. Also, there is a little bit of like spirit alcoholiness that it kind of pops in for a second near the finish and then goes away, but that sort of throws it off. It's sort of like a when you drink vodka straight, like a really cheap bottle of vodka, and you get that alcohol burn. That's sort of what it was like for that split second of flavor. It's kind of interesting, but not super enjoyable on that first sip. That's why we're gonna drink the rest of this and see if it changes. So, cheers, everybody. Yeah, that sharp alcohol bitterness is there. Kind of unpleasant, in my personal opinion. It's a bit sweet, but also just very awkwardly hopped. And this is the best way I can really explain it. With a bit of a malt body and definitely a bit of caramel in there. Not nice caramel, just caramel flavoring, if you were. So let's take a look on the actual can, see what it has to say for itself. So Goose Island, yeah, it's not even called Goose Island Rambler, it's just Goose Rambler IPA. Okay, let's look for a description. Pouring a rich auburn, giving way to fresh pine aromas, our great hops provide a balanced, spicy, and dry finish. Then they have it there in French, because this is being shipped to Canada. So piney aromas. Not really. A little bit of a, caramelly, malty, a little bit of spiciness, I guess, from what they're saying here, but not really piney as you would think an IPA would be. And then great hops provide a balanced, spicy, and dry finish. Not really, in my opinion. It's like I said, it's kind of all over the place in the flavor department, and then there is that like alcohol bitterness, like a cheap vodka alcohol bitterness, kind of shooting out of it. Not my thing at all. I liked the regular IPA and the pale ale, but this isn't really doing it for me, sadly. That's really all the other information on the can. Brewed and canned in a few provinces here up in Ontario, or up in Canada, sorry. Can't believe I messed that up. And then looking for a brewed on date. They have some sort of time code thing, or some sort of coding, but there's no real actual brewed on date, which is also a bit of a bummer. So, well, what can you do, right? Moving over to the website now, gooseisland.com. They have a list of a ton of their beers, both past and present. I can't find the Rambler IPA though. It says, even though it says it's a limited edition, I can't find it on their website in any of their classes, like classic beer, limited release, which I thought that it would be there, but it's not under here. And definitely not under vintages. Bourbon County, Fullerton and Wood, currently unavailable. Does not have this beer there. So sadly, a bit of a disappointment that I can't see anything about this beer. But looking, just bringing up a beer to see what information they do have. They do have brewer's notes, recipe information, which shows color, hops, and malts that are used. All the awards, the availability. And links to Beer Advocate and Rate Beer. So really nice looking website in my opinion, and a lot of really good information. It seems it's just that they don't have this beer on there, and that's a bummer because I would have liked to see a lot more information on this particular beer. Now moving over to beeradvocate.com, the Rambler IPA has been given a 3.59 out of 5. And looking down for a review, here's somebody here. They're giving it a 3.84 out of 5. They say, I don't mind this beer, but it's not quite right to call it an IPA. To me, it tastes like half true IPA mixed with half Sam Adams Boston Lager. The tastes aren't bad or adjunct, but there's too much bready malt for an IPA. If you're in the mood for this hybrid style, enjoy. So I agree with them on that, where it's not really an IPA in the sense of when you get an IPA, it usually tastes like an IPA, grapefruit, pine, basic structure, tropical fruits, all that jazz. This doesn't really have that at all. I would say it's sort of bordering more on like an English pale ale, but even then, The maltiness of it is just too great, and you get those real big, heavier caramel sort of flavors for it being called an IPA. And it just I don't even know. I can't even think right now. What you call it, the hops and all that seem to be all over the place. The flavors are a little bit all over the place. It doesn't really know what style it wants to be, in my opinion. And I don't know if that's what Goose Island was going for, like this hybrid style, as this person on Beer Advocate had mentioned. But it's not really working for me. It's a bit of a mix match, and don't really like it that much. Thankfully, it's just in that 6-pack, and I only have 2 of them. But I don't think I'm gonna buy this again if I'm in the LCBO or the beer store. So with that said, let's finish this and get right down to ratings. Cheers on the final sip. Just not my thing. Okay. So, rating for the beer. With the awkward hops, the caramel and heavier malt bready yeasty body that it has, and that really weird alcohol bite to it that kind of pops up and then disappears really quickly, that tastes sort of like cheap vodka. It's I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it that much. It's drinkable, but it's not enjoyable. That's what I'm trying to say. So with that said, I gotta give this, I gotta give it a 4 in my opinion. It has potential flavors, just all of them mixed together, and this does not flow well. And that's one thing I really like, is when a beer has all these flavors but they flow together well. This is no flowing. This is like rapids, just everywhere, in my opinion. So 4 for the actual 4 out of 10 for the beer. Moving on to the presentation, Goose Island actually does a fairly decent job with their can design. Very colorful, nice and a little flashy there. Also has a little description and the alcohol content, but that's really all it has. No brewed on date, no IBUs listed, nothing extra like that, which is a bit of a bummer. So it's kind of, and there's no ingredients. I don't think I saw. No, there are no ingredients either, which is also a little bit of a bummer too. Well, oh wait, what does say contains barley and wheat, so that's good if you have an allergy or celiac or some sort of thing like that. Moving over to the website now, very nice looking website, I gotta give them that. A lot of information about beers when you do click them. Tons of information there, which everybody would like to see. That sort of makes up for the can for sure. On when it goes to recipe information and brewer's notes, also availability and awards is always nice. They toot their own horn, which isn't a bad thing at all. And the links to Beer Advocate and Rate Beer, great, nice addition there. But they do not have Rambler IPA on their website, so still a bit of a mystery for me. So with that said, I gotta give the presentation, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10 in my opinion. Nothing here, but still very nice website and sort of lackluster can in regards to information and all that jazz. So with that said, if anybody has any not likes, you can like and comment the video, go for it. But if you have any comments, questions, beers you want me to review in the future, you can leave all that information down in the comment box below. And with that said, that'll do it for me, Brewski, and like I always say, crack a beer and enjoy. Cheers.